Liverpool hit slot jackpot as Stars transfer value rockets by 500%. Welcome to LFC Transfer Daily News. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Life under Arne Slot is sweet. Feyenoord fans kept saying that would be the case, and Liverpool are finding it's true. Ryan Gravenberch is the pick of the bunch, certainly. He looks like he might be the world's best holding midfielder, quite a rise, given many didn't even think he could play there. Curtis Jones is another who has come on leaps and bounds this season. Ibrahima Konate is playing the best he's manager in quite some time, too. Then there's Luis Diaz, one of the league's most dangerous attackers this season. Kevin Kelleher shines again. Kevin Kelleher is essentially Liverpool's #1 goalkeeper right now. That's the result of yet another lengthy injury absence from Alisson Becker. Not bad from someone who appeared to actively want to leave in the summer. Nottingham Forest tried to sign him, but Liverpool rejected their player plus cash offer for not being anywhere near the £30 million valuation. But is Kelleher even worth just £30 million anymore? He's playing like one of the best goalkeepers around right now, shining brightly in all competitions. We'd actually be devastated to lose him for that amount, given his form. Football Transfer's estimated transfer value ratings suggest he's now worth far more than in the summer. In fact, his valuation has gone up 5-fold. That, once again, is the Arne Slot effect in action. And Kelleher's valuation is only going to rise from here. Arne Slot achieves an all-time Premier League feat only seen 3 times. Hearts were in mouths an hour into Liverpool's trip to St Mary's as Liverpool found themselves 2-1 down, staring into the face of letting an opportunity to put Manchester City under serious pressure go to waste. 2 Mo Salah goals later, the Reds find themselves 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League. They are also able to take serious solace from the way in which they dug deep to grind out the victory, despite not being on their A game. Liverpool now join elite company in being only the 4th Premier League side to have this point advantage, 8 or more, after 12 games. Next, Mo Salah is ready for huge Liverpool promotion. It's not just Mohamed Salah catching the eye at Liverpool. There's another Egyptian at the club who is following in the Reds' icon's footsteps and very much pushing on the door of a promotion soon. It's still moot whether Salah stays at the club beyond his current deal. However, even if he leaves, there will definitely still be an Egyptian attacker left at the club. Unstoppable Arne Slot is ready to match Jurgen Klopp's greatest Premier League night. Liverpool boss Arne Slot is on the brink of something very special in the Premier League. He can already match Jurgen Klopp's masterpiece. That comes, of course, after City's 4-0 defeat at home to Tottenham Hotspur. The twin results put Arne Slot on the brink of something very special. He could match Jurgen Klopp's masterpiece after just 4 months. Gary Neville praises Liverpool as he blasts Arsenal truth. Gary Neville has talked Premier League title races and compared both Liverpool and Arsenal. The two clubs have a massive chance with Manchester City's problems. It's an incredible start to the Premier League season. The bookies have Liverpool down as favourites, while Pep Guardiola has essentially conceded the title already. Now Gary Neville is weighing in. He feels there are no excuses for not winning it, if you're Arsenal. It's fair to say that Liverpool didn't look on their finest form against Southampton this afternoon. The rest of the second half, however, became the Mo Salah show. Liverpool's Egyptian talisman scored twice to hand the Reds a necessary 3-2 victory. Salah's first goal, the one that made it 2-2, was helped on its way due to a quizzical error by Southampton goalkeeper Alex McCarthy. Dominic Szoboszlai pattern is too strange for Arne Slot to ignore. Dominic Szoboszlai has developed a very interesting pattern that gives Arne Slot something to think about. The secret to unlocking the Hungarian may not be an easy one. Dominic Szoboszlai got his first Premier League goal of the season on Sunday as he opened the scoring for Liverpool against Southampton. The midfielder curled at home beautifully with his left foot after the Saints essentially presented him with an opportunity on the edge of their own box. But an interesting pattern has emerged that certainly gives Arne Slot food for thought. The Hungarian appears to play better without a star teammate. Liverpool transfer news: genius Man City slayer is the Firmino successor. Liverpool have long searched for their Roberto Firmino successor. He's now playing in the Premier League and they must return to sign him. There's no player quite like Roberto Firmino. Really, there isn't. Jurgen Klopp put it best when he labeled the Brazilian insane and said people would write books about the way he plays. Firmino was a unique phenomenon for Liverpool and they've forever searched for a successor. First Sadio Mane was tried there, then Cody Gakpo. We've seen Luis Diaz in recent weeks. How do you find someone who can deliver goals and assists and tackles and pressing and build-up play and the ability to win big games? Basically, you don't. Firmino really was that good, and there's a reason so many of his teammates feel he's the most talented player they've played with. But it genuinely does look as though there's a star in the Premier League who could fill his boots. Liverpool know all about him, too. They tried to nab him in 2019. Liverpool loved João Pedro. Brighton's João Pedro has missed plenty of time this season. After 90 minutes against Arsenal to end August, he wouldn't feature again until September 22, and that was only 19 minutes. From there came another absence. Pedro was out until the Manchester City game before the international break, playing 26 minutes. Saturday saw his first start since August. And what a start it was. Pedro was the best player on the pitch as Brighton beat Bournemouth. He scored the first, assisted the second, and just generally created chaos as a number 10. It's similar to what he did against City. There, the Brazilian came off the bench to score and then assist as Brighton turned the game on its head to win 2-1. And while this was only 2 games, Pedro's form has been extraordinary over the last year. He's around the 90th percentile and above in all the Firmino stats for a striker. In other words, he wins tackles at an incredible rate. He's creating chances at the same rate, while also moving his team around the pitch in a world-class way. The fact he's also now deciding big games with goals and assists puts the cherry on top. João Pedro is a sensational forward and one who, at just 23, does all the dirtier stuff that productive strikers typically avoid like the plague. We also know that Liverpool like João Pedro and have had an eye on him for some time. They inquired back in 2019 when he was at Fluminense, ultimately going in a different direction. Who knows how much Pedro would cost? Brighton will want a fortune, that's for sure, but if he can truly replace the irreplaceable, then Liverpool must consider going back in for him. We've seen the joy Slot's team has had with Luis Diaz. Through the middle, Pedro would be an even better, more natural fit. He could even be the type of player who unlocks the likes of Dominic Szoboszlai, allowing him to run beyond the forwards as he does with Hungary. Basically, there are very few downsides here except the cost, of course. But that's surely a price worth paying for Firmino 2.0. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. Subscribe.